The humming engines of Atlantic Sky's Flight 1120 carried more than just passengers that day. They carried a story of unexpected justice, a tale that would soon reverberate through the airline industry like a thunderclap of accountability. Marcus Graham wasn't just another first-class passenger. He was a titan of the aviation world, the owner of Atlantic Sky, a man who had built an empire from the ground up. But on this particular day, he chose to be something else entirely, an undercover observer, a silent witness to the inner workings of his own company. At first glance, Marcus blended seamlessly into the tapestry of travelers. Dressed in understated jeans and a sports jacket, with a well-worn cap casting a shadow over his discerning eyes, he looked like any other businessman preparing for a routine flight. But beneath that unassuming exterior lurked a strategic mind, a leader who understood that true leadership meant seeing the unvarnished truth. Linda, the flight attendant, embodied everything Marcus despised in customer service. Her demeanor was a toxic cocktail of arrogance and disdain, her interactions dripping with an unexplained contempt that seemed to simmer just beneath her forced professional smile. From the moment Marcus boarded, Linda's behavior telegraphed her prejudice. Her suspicious glances, her reluctant ticket check, the barely audible muttering, each was a microaggression designed to make him feel unwelcome. Little did she know, she was being watched by the very person who could change her entire world with a single word. The moment of confrontation arrived with something as simple as a Coke. When Marcus requested the soft drink, Linda's reaction was telling. Her eye roll, her suggestion of fine wines and cocktails, spoke volumes about her perception of him. It was a subtle act of discrimination, a not-so-subtle attempt to remind Marcus of what she believed was his proper place. But Marcus was a chess master in the game of corporate leadership. He waited, observed, allowed her to reveal her true colors. And then it happened. In a moment that would define her professional downfall, Linda did the unthinkable. Instead of serving the Coke, she poured the entire can directly onto Marcus's face and shirt, her expression a mixture of cold satisfaction and barely concealed contempt. "Oh, sorry," she muttered, without a hint of genuine remorse. The calculated nature of her action was clear. This wasn't an accident, it was a deliberate act of humiliation, a power play designed to demean and belittle. Marcus's response was masterful in its restraint. "I believe all passengers deserve respect," he said, his voice a calm storm brewing on the horizon. As the flight continued, Linda remained oblivious to the hurricane she had unwittingly summoned. She whispered dismissive comments to her colleagues, convinced of her invincibility, unaware that the man she had just assaulted held her entire professional future in his hands. The descent into Chicago became a descent into her professional nightmare. Marcus requested a meeting with the crew, a seemingly routine complaint that Linda dismissed with a sardonic chuckle. But when Marcus pulled out his identification card, the world shifted on its axis. "I'm Marcus Graham, president of Atlantic Sky," he announced, his words cutting through the cabin like a surgical blade. The transformation was instantaneous. Linda's confidence evaporated, replaced by a horrified realization of the magnitude of her mistake. Marcus's speech was a masterclass in leadership. He didn't just fire Linda, he delivered a profound lesson about respect, dignity, and the fundamental human right to be treated with kindness. "Prejudice and disrespect have no place here," he told the stunned crew. "Respect and excellence are the foundations of Atlantic Sky, and that principle applies to every single person on board." Linda was terminated on the spot, her career destroyed by her own actions, her prejudice becoming her ultimate professional downfall. But this wasn't just a story of one employee's termination. It was a powerful narrative about accountability, about the importance of treating every human being with dignity, regardless of their appearance, status, or perceived social standing. As Marcus left the plane, he had done more than address a single incident. He had sent a message that would ripple through corporate culture, a reminder that true leadership is about creating environments of mutual respect. In the world of corporate leadership, Marcus Graham didn't just own an airline, he owned a philosophy of human dignity. And sometimes, the most powerful lessons are learned at 30,000 feet.